Hi Leo, I am Husky Light. Thank you for stopping by. This is your mid-May 2017 reading. Just a quick word before we start. Please check out your rising sign and your moon sign, just in case this doesn't apply to you or doesn't resonate with you. And if you would like a private reading from me, just click up on the link in the corner that way and I will get that sorted out and get you booked in. I'd love to do one for you. So what have we got? Starting off, we have got the Wheel of Fortune for you. This is all about change. This is the Wheel of Karma that is changing for you. I feel like some of you have already been through some major changes recently. For others of you, this is coming up in the next couple of weeks. Specifically, you're going to have an argument with somebody at work. Sorry, but that's just immediately, they've just immediately brought that through. This argument stems from working too closely with somebody else. This could also apply in a relationship as well, actually, for some of you. This is, again, being in too much close proximity with somebody else for too long. It's like stir craziness going on. Take a step back, take a deep breath, calm down, everything will be fine, everything will work out. It's just, I feel like either in a work situation or a relationship situation, things might get on top of you very quickly. There's an agitation there, a feeling of getting nuffed off very, very quickly with somebody. Be very, very careful with that. On the whole, when the Wheel of Fortune changes, depending on how it's been for the last few weeks for you, it's either going to suddenly get a whole lot better and brighter and sunnier, and karmic occurrences are coming into your life for a reason, whichever way, or if everything's been going hunky-dory for a while, then there's going to be a change. There's a test from the universe coming in for you, just to see how strong you are, just to make you physically grow, to push you that little bit further. That's the sort of feeling. So it's either the Wheel of Fortune is going to depend on you for the next couple of weeks. How do you feel about things? How have things been going along? Have you been stressed lately, or have things been ticking along quite well lately? There's always this up and down with the Wheel of Fortune. It's life cycles. You cannot have a good time and be perfect forever before something will happen to test you. Same as if you've been going through a really bad time for a while, that Wheel of Fortune has to change and there has to be light at the end of the tunnel. So it's working two ways for you. I think on the whole, for most of you, what you need to embrace is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, again, is you will come out of things successfully this month. You will get through things just fine. But again, there is that feeling of anxiety and apprehension in some way for some of you. Somebody's got a specific apprehension about, I don't know if this is health-wise. Somebody's got a specific, somebody's got an anxiety about something. You need to go to the doctors and you need to get it sorted out once and for all. You need to get a diagnosis, you need to have some tests done, and you need to put your mind at rest because it's nothing like you think it is. That's very specific for somebody. It's not what you think it is. It's not as bad as you think it is. You're blowing it out of proportion. If you just went and had the tests or you went to the doctors, they would be able to put your mind at ease. Somebody's holding off doing that and they need to go. Also with the Nine of Wands, again, it is a successful card. After a time of struggle, you get through. You learn from it, you grow from it, and you deserve to get through it as well. It's like I've worked really, really hard lately, and you deserve to get through things as you go forward, and you will go forward with it. Try not to get over that's not even a word, over worried about things. It may be that little things set you off for the rest of the month, depending on, does it even matter actually, whichever way the Wheel of Fortune is turning for you. You could be a little bit more emotional than usual. I feel like some of you have got yourselves into a new way of life or a new situation or some sort of change that has come around to you recently, and you're having to integrate that and adjust to that, and it's a natural thing for your emotions to be a little bit more fraught than usual with it. What we need to avoid for the rest of this month is the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is in reverse because we need to avoid it. So with this card in reverse, this speaks of wasteful energies. Because you have anxiety, because you may be a little bit stressed, there's almost that feeling of trying to make things better for yourself, but in doing that you're doing it in the wrong way. So you may be a bit extravagant in your spending, in the way you spend things. You may spend too much on something that you think is going to actually please you, when in the end it's actually not. So going out for a whole weekend drinking or something like that, you're going to have a hangover. It's not going to feel good. It may feel good at the time, but not afterwards. It could also be, God, I am in a bad mood, I'm agitated, I'm stressed, I'm going to go out and buy that handbag that's been staring at me in that shop window forever. I'm now going to go and buy it. And you go and buy it, and the second you get it out the shop, you instantly regret it. You know that it's like a wasted energy. Also, in terms of wasted energy, is try not to get stressed, try not to get argumentative with anyone, it's a wasted energy, it's not worth it. This is a period that will pass. I feel like a lot of you are in an adjustment period at the moment, and it's just not worth getting stressed over, even though you feel like that. Whenever that comes up, take a deep breath to move through it and past it. And if you need to walk away from somebody else in order to feel calmer, then do that, because then you're not taking it out on them. This is about using your emotional, physical, mental abilities on wasted efforts. Try and avoid that for this month. And going forward, we have got the Page of Wands. With the Page of Wands, this is you might be getting a sorry from somebody this month, but the sorry may not be well meant or well directed towards you, because in fact, because of your anxieties or your tension, or being a little bit argumentative for the rest of the month, they're trying to say sorry to you just to keep the peace, when actually deep down they know that it's not their fault. It's actually something that you've done. Be very aware of that. And don't let don't pass the buck onto somebody else this month. I've got a puppy trying to dig a hole in my back. Stop it. It's like trying to pass the buck, trying to pass the blame onto somebody else, when in actual fact it's your actions that have caused this in the first place. But somebody actually around you in the workplace or in a relationship or a partnership may just say sorry to you, just to sort of try and keep the peace and try and calm the waters that are going on around you. Be very, very careful about that. There's also something that you put into action a while ago, which has now come to fruition over the next couple of weeks. So if you have moved house, you are now settled in the house. If you have moved jobs, you now come to a point where you are settled, and you probably know what you're doing in that new job as well. And just sort of ticking along with it quite nicely. Relationships have come to a plateau. For some of you might feel like the honeymoon period is over, but only for some of you. If you've been dating for somebody just for a few months, that's the feeling with this. But it's also something coming to fruition can also be very, very good. So for those of you who put a certain project out there and started working on it, I would they're saying approximately 4 months ago something was put into action or something was put into motion, and this month you are very likely by the end of the month to get an answer to that, to get something that comes to fruition. So you're getting some sort of message through, something through the post, some sort of confirmation of that which is successful, which has come through successfully, which has been completed for you, and it's the end of that cycle for you. So that's your reading for this month. I'm going to murder a puppy. No, I'm not. Take care, have a lovely rest of the month, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, bye.